Hi, in this lesson we're going to have a quick look at stem and leaf plots. So before we can actually draw a stem and leaf plot, I want us to have a look at what a stem and a leaf are. So we have our leaves, the easiest one, and that's just our first digit. That's the number that goes in the units column of our number. Then we have a stem, and that's the remaining number at the front. So for 43, our stem is 4, our leaf is 3. For 109, our stem is 10, our leaf is 9. And for 8, we have a leaf of 8 and a stem of 0. So we'd put 0 in a stem and leaf plot to represent the fact that it's just a one-digit number. Okay, so now we're going to build a stem and leaf plot. And before we can do that, we need to make sure our data is in order. In this case, our data is in order. If it wasn't, you would have to rewrite it in numerical order. So it's getting from smaller to largest. But it is in order, so we can just begin as is. So first we have our 3. A 3 has a leaf of 3, and remember, if it's a one-digit number, it's going to have a stem of 0. Now the stems you can put in the center of the column, but your leaves you want to start at the left-hand side, because we're going to have more leaves coming on. Now we have a 7. So a 7 has a leaf of 7 and a stem of 0. So it's going to go in the same stem column. It's going to go into this column here. And we just put the 7 next to the 3. Again, we go 7. We're going into the 0 column. We go across and put it in the next spot. So we have a 7. Next we go to our 11. Our 11 has a stem of 1. So we put a 1 in our stem. And it has a leaf of 1. So we're going to put a 1 in here. Then we have a 13. Again, a stem of 1, a leaf of 3. Next 13, another stem of 1 and another leaf of 3. Now we're going to go through and just fill in all of these stems. So even if we don't have any values in the 30s column, for example, or we don't have any values in the 40s column actually, we're still going to put a stem of 4, there'll just be nothing in this leaf column here. Okay, so up to 22. So 22, we're going to work out what the stem is and the leaf. So the stem is the first 2, the leaf is the second 2. So we put a 2 in this column here. The stem is 2, the leaf is 2. We've done that one. We go to 34. So finish with the 2 stem, we're going down to this one. The stem is 3, and our leaf is going to be a 4. 35, the stem is 3, a leaf is 5. Again, we have 35. And again, 35. So we just keep adding the leaves. Now, as I said before, there's no 40s here. So we're going to go down to our 5. So we get 51, which has a stem of 5 and a leaf of 1. And then finally we get to 60, a stem of 6 and a leaf of 0. Hopefully this has made sense. This is how we would represent a stem and leaf plot, which helps us understand our data and how it is spaced around. So that's what our final stem and leaf plot would look like. Now, if we were to be thinking about a certain number, for example, if we were trying to work out what this represents, that there is the number which has a stem of 3 and a leaf of 5. So we can put them together, means that data there is a 35. If we were talking about this data here, we're talking about 51. If we're talking about this one here, we're talking about 13. This one here, we're talking about 3. What are we talking about with this number? And how about with this number? Cool. Now it's a chance for you to have a go at drawing a stem and leaf plot. Draw it on the piece of paper, and then I'll have you tell me what's in different columns. So before you can do that, we need to make sure our data is in order. So we want to order our data, and then we're going to go through from the lowest number in the stem. So it looks like that's a 6, all the way up. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so have a go at working out what that stem and leaf plot will look like. Okay, and what is going to go into this box here? And what's going to go into this box here? Okay, so quickly I'm going to go through and order our data. So we have first a 62. That's all the 60s. We're going to go to 70. We have 73, 4, and 5. 73, 74, 75. That's all the 70s. We go to 80, 81, and 83. Now onto 90s, 91, 91, and 93. And then from 90s we go to 100. And then we go to stem of 11. 112, 118, and 120 and 122. Okay, so I'm going to explain this step by step. If you are happy and think you understand what you've done, you can just skip through the explanation. So we start with our 62. Our 62 has a stem of 6 and a leaf of 2. So we're going to go 6. In our 6 column, we're going to put a 2 down. That's all of the 6s, so we're now moving on to 7 stem. So we have 73. The first part is the stem, the second part's the leaf. So we put a 3 in the leaf column. 74, we've got a leaf of 4. We're going to put that there. And 75, our stem is still 7. We put a leaf of 5 in. Now we move to the next one, which is 81. So our stem becomes 8, and our leaf is 1. And we have 83, our leaf is 3. We have 91, 91. So we have for each of these, we have a stem of 1 and a leaf of 1. So 91, 91, and 93. Next we have 100. So we have a stem of 10 and a leaf of 0. Then 112, so a stem of 11, a leaf of 2. We have a stem of 11, leaf of 8. Stem of 12, a leaf of 0. And stem 12, leaf 2. So this is what our final stem and leaf plot is going to look like. Obviously in this column you have 3, 4, 5. In this column you have 2 and 8. Can you tell me what this value here represents? Cool. So that's it for stem and leaf plots. If you have any questions, please bring them to me.